And welcome back to another episode of Goblin-Sighting D&D. I'm your DM. These are my adventurers. When last we left, the Children of Neverwinter had just finished freeing Phandalin from the clutches of the Inquisition, and now you are gathered in the Stonehill Inn discussing your next move. What would you like to do?
Are we eating?
Yes, I described the meal last time. It was
Oh yes.
quite the meal.
Because it was on the house.
Yes.
And we
I'm sorry. No, you have eaten the dinner. You have had the long rest. So now it's the morning. Where you are having. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Let's see here. There we are. Toasted rye.
Ooh, I like that.
Spiced plum.
Wow. What a perfect combination.
Toasted nuts on the side.
Whoa.
With some radishes and a cherry cobbler.
You can have my radishes.
You can't have anything with mine, I'm sorry, I like it all.
No, I don't.
Toasted rye, spiced plum.
Yep. Toasted
radish.
nuts, radishes, and cherry cobbler.
Wow. And they have some sort of eye-opening beverage of some sort, am I right?
Yes, there is. There's the usual. Mordenkainen's Magnificent Malt and Underdark Ale.
I'm thinking
But
breakfast.
if you're looking for something a little bit more normal, they do have coffee.
Stay out of the food.
Coffee is my plan.
Yes, it's probably the best thing to eat to go with here. Most of the other things are probably not something you want to drink for breakfast.
Right.
If you're not looking for normal stuff.
Oh, a weak ale would work.
Mordenkainen's probably then.
Yeah, there are people that do even today drink a weak ale, but I'm not one of those.
Yes, it's so a glass of Mordenkainen's magnificent malt for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Finnan is still drinking Blue Eyes. It's kind of
We
hair
gotta
of the
have to
dog
carry
the
him
night
out of the
before.
place?
No, he'll be all right. It's not that bad, but he did get pretty blacked out last night.
Hair of the dog that bit you.
Yes, he's putting some Blue Eyes into his coffee.
I've seen that happen too.
Or no, not Blue Eyes, my bad. He's putting some Mordenkainen's Maleficent malt, specifically called for to put into his
There you go.
his coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, the morning is yours. What would you like to do?
I am correctly understanding that there's not a whole lot to purchase here. They've just kind of been run to the ground by the Inquisition.
At the moment,
Yeah.
there's nothing really in the way of the arcane.
Right. Well, then,
Barthen's is inventory-wise been left alone. He took a bit of convincing to bend the knee, but they didn't have to burn his shop to the ground or anything like that.
did they confiscate things like potions and whatnot?
Destroyed them, actually.
Naturally.
Can't confiscate.
Can't go get something that they hoarded then.
No,
Okay.
they don't want these things.
Right.
Plus, yeah, it's not like they. Excuse you.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, they don't. there's nothing left in town in the way of the arcane. Anything that survived the initial purges was smuggled out and hidden, and it will take a couple of days before it comes back. The mine was virtually under siege at this point, due to the Inquisition's presence. They had sporadic incursions against the mine to attempt to purge it. Fortunately, the nature of the mine, by its location and interior, had managed to stymie them for now, but that was one of the reasons why it was such a strong presence there.
Good.
This is a dwarf mining crew, right?
Mostly, yes.
Yeah, and you put them on their home ground, underground, and I would not want to go against them. And
with the forge of spells at their disposal to craft magical weapons, and in some cases with the wizards minding the forge, able to bring some pretty potent spellcasting to bear.
Yeah.
As well as a crew of slightly off-kilter gnome artificers who had come in more recently to try and help branch out some of the artifacts that you guys were creating. So,
well,
you can't blame them for not coming out to help us, because
they kind of sealed themselves up a little bit, a la King Under the Mountain Hobbit style.
Yeah.
Kind of more like Khazad Dûm than Gondor. So.
Well, I'm glad they maintained the integrity of the mine, and that they are basically safe, and that they were able to continue what they do. Okay, so I was just thinking, is it worth a wander around to say hi to... Where is Sister Garael?
She's back in Waterdeep.
Okay.
At the temple.
Okay.
We left her behind.
Yeah, I was hoping, but I wasn't sure if she
insisted. Finnan insisted.
I completely understand that. So, do we chat round with people, or do we just kind of...
Would you like to?
Well, it'd be nice to kind of see, see everybody. These are friends.
Yeah, and you are... Everywhere you go, you are received as heroes again. And nobody really sincerely believed that the Inquisition was the good guys.
Good.
The Town Master did what the Town Master always does in a situation like this, which was run and hide, essentially. So...
His obvious choice.
Yes.
He's got a talent for that.
He does. So...
He's got probably a stealth of about 25.
-4, but...
Oh, no. I was thinking, 25, because then he can hide.
No, he loudly proclaimed the Inquisition as the Lords of Phandalin and fled. And hid in his house and has not come out. So...
Oh, yes.
That's pretty much his modus operandi when it comes to threats that he doesn't think can be negotiated with or defeated easily.
Right.
So everyone else just kind of went along to survive and did what they had to do. But
we didn't have that choice.
interestingly enough,
didn't anyway.
as you're a wizard.
Yeah.
You're a hairy wizard.
Well spoken.
No, interestingly enough, you find, as you're walking around, that Lisbeth has actually disappeared from the group. If you'd like to make an investigation check to find out where she went.
Ooh, nat 20.
All right, for a total of...
I think investigation. What are you? Where's my notebook? Oh, it's hiding.
17. I've got an investigation of 10.
Your glasses aren't up there.
Oh, good point.
I just saw you patting your head, and I'm like, I know what she's looking for.
Sorry. I think I have an investigation plus 0. I'm pretty sure that's what that says.
So a total of 20?
It's a total of 20.
It takes some looking and some asking, but you do eventually find her down at the Phandalin Miners Exchange in a low-voiced, heated discussion with... shoot. 1 second.
Someone.
Yeah, I know, hang on. Halia. With,
Oh,
Halia
yes.
Thornton.
Yes.
Why is that name
remember.
familiar?
Yeah.
She's the proprietress of the Phandalin Miners Exchange.
Oh,
Okay.
She's the one who initially set you guys onto the red brands.
Yeah. Right.
And an insight check at the time revealed that she wasn't revealing everything about the situation, but you guys didn't roll high enough to extract the true motivations.
Would I be incorrect in wondering if perhaps, or in imagining us perhaps what Elizabeth is down doing at the moment, or is it a totally separate?
You can make an insight check if you'd like.
Okay. Hey, how do I get an insight? Oh, yeah, +5 on insight. Okay, I have a chance of 16. Not enough?
So 1 second. They're definitely talking about something, and there's definitely some kind of a disagreement going on here. But as you guys walk in, they kind of look over and stop talking.
Makes sense. Okay, it's probably not about us. Okay.
It didn't appear to be about you guys.
Yeah,
It appeared to be something more personal between Elizabeth and Halia.
Okay. Well, we have found her. I'm going to imagine she would rather that we kind of back out and let her continue the conversation. No?
She kind of casts a side eye at Halia and is like, "We're done here,"
Ah, okay.
and starts walking out.
Okay, okay. Well, good. So here we are. Where do we go from here, friends?
Well, there's a couple of options we have.
Hmm?
You could strike out north to check out Thunder Tree and Cragmoth to see what's going on up there. Given that all reports say that they are likely originating, the Inquisition is likely originating from somewhere in the Neverwinter area, that it's probably likely that they have hit the shrine that the wizard reconsecrated, and the village that was rededicated in the honor of one of the consorters of the arcane.
Right.
But there's either that option, or you can go back to Waterdeep and go deal with the mission that the Helm Temple has asked you to undertake,
What was that?
escorting an acolyte and the crypt keeper through the tunnels of Korriban to the treasure vault of Kyrdal.
Got any thoughts?
Many. Oh, you were talking to him.
I was. That's okay.
Part of me is out of character because I'm wondering if we want to take into consideration what's been being worked on.
Oh, I'm sure we can. I don't.
Well, but, you
He's
know,
nervous.
Hmm?
He's nervous about my work on
He wants
the
to.
described guards and wards of the tunnels that have gone have turned chaotic since Korriban went mad.
Ooh, this is the Waterdeep adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of leaning towards Waterdeep actually.
All right.
Yeah,
So you guys want to head back to Waterdeep?
sure.
All right.
And where's our boat?
The Pearl of the Depths was standing out of Waterdeep Harbor when you left on another...
Well, going there, we can also check and see that everything's okay with them if they're still there.
They were leaving
Yeah,
when
they
you
were.
guys
Oh, okay.
left. So they're probably out. They were out on a convoy escort mission. Anti-piracy thing.
Yes. Understood. Good.
with the understanding between you and
Right.
Keelhammer leading to a tacit lack of attacks from his pirate crews,
That works.
which would, by extension, give you guys a better reputation.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
I was thinking, if nobody ever attacks us because they are afraid to attack us.
Mm-hmm. So, can I see the map really fast?
Sure.
The
Which one?
Phandalin map. Thanks. See the Sword Coast.
Ouch.
Oh, what am I doing? I don't need this. I'm sorry. I just realized I have the map sitting in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I'll leave that for you guys to look at. So you're in Phandalin right now.
Mm-hmm. How many days away are we?
Waterdeep? I do not know.
No. Shoot. You're too far away. Hang on. Oh.
Is that Phandalin?
This is one over here. So I'm gonna see if we.
It wasn't until I saw that map laid out that I realized it was a PH.
Yeah. So. Ooh. Ooh. Oh dear. So from Phandalin. Jeez. It's close to 300 miles.
Hmm. It's 10 days.
Yes.
Alright.
It's probably closer to 12 if we're being honest. Because my measurements aren't exact.
Okay.
I'm using knuckles and fingers and they're fat compared to the lines on the map.
Alright.
And we are, of course, on our horses.
Yes.
And we have our wagon.
Do you have the wagon?
Yeah, we do.
Then we gotta travel slower. So it's gonna be 12 days.
Okay. Because I don't think we. Well, wait a minute. Wait.
I don't
We
know where
couldn't have
left
brought it because we wouldn't have brought it from wherever it was to Phandalin.
It was in Waterdeep.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't have brought it. I'm sorry, I
We
forgot.
We
I was
rode
thinking
from Waterdeep to Phandalin.
I forgot that we had been in Waterdeep
Um,
before.
Right, so if we rode from Waterdeep to Phandalin at the speed of our horses, it would have been like 9 or 10 days if we used you to cast lesser restoration or things on the horses to keep them from dropping dead from exhaustion, and pushed them
Yeah, let's
hard.
go easier on the
I'm
horses.
saying getting there.
Right, getting to Phandalin.
Whereas if we had brought the horses in the cart, it would have been a minimum of 12 days, probably
Yeah.
closer to 13.
I forgot that we had to come from Waterdeep to Phandalin.
So it's
Yeah,
going to be
I
about
don't have
10 or 12 days.
Okay.
Because it's between 300 and 400 miles
Yeah, it's a journey.
from. It's probably close to 300,
Okay.
maybe 250. Because I was measuring from Neverwinter because I can't find Phandalin because Phandalin is in the crack of the spine.
So what I
on the
can
book.
do, if you want,
Yeah,
is measure from Phandalin to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Does that help you? Or to Neverwinter?
Phandalin to Never to yeah.
I can't do Waterdeep. So,
Yeah.
so we're talking 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 60, 65-ish.
Call it 60 miles to cut the difference of the Tribord Trail back to the high road, and that's between 240 and 340 miles from Phandalin to Waterdeep. So probably about 250 miles ish,
Okay.
give or take a day.
Okay, and we're trying.
Probably close to maybe 9 days, maybe 10 days if we're being easy on the horses.
I think we
Well,
probably
I
want
think
to
we
use
would
the
be,
horses,
you know,
yeah.
We're not trying to kill the horses going back.
Right. Right.
We were
Is there
getting-
really that much of a hurry for us to get there?
not a horse killing hurry.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that the people that we're going to help believe that it probably is. but
Not
then-
really.
Yeah.
They're not gonna try to get the horses killed coming back because that would irritate people. Should I give it towels? So Do you happen to have the date when we left or when we arrived in the Leylon Vandalin area?
Let me look.
Sorry, I
That's fine.
rely on you
Probably
because I
do.
have a lot of other things going on in my head right now.
Right.
And you have the calendar. So,
So, we were in Myrtle,
mhm,
and we finished out Myrtle. I know that.
mhm.
We crossed that out because I didn't cross it, but. So then, Kythorn. Ooh, I did not mark it.
Well, it was a minimum of 9 days into Kythorn because we had to
Right.
travel from Waterdeep to Phandalin.
I have the sense that our battle was one day.
Battle for Leylon was 1 day.
We
The
stayed
battle,
overnight.
we stayed in Leylon overnight, traveled out the next day, got to Phandalin in time for the high noon showdown.
Right.
Or possibly 1 day and then rest and then hit him,
Yeah.
depending on how far out it was.
Yeah.
So call it 2 days there for travel and fight,
Right.
and now it's
One day
1 night
overnight.
in
Right. And now we're
Phandalin, and now we're traveling back for the 12 days.
12 days. So I'm 12.
1 night in.
Now we did have, therefore, since we finished out Myrtle, one pay period.
Which was blocked because of the Inquisition.
Okay, so we are 5 days out from the next pay period. Is it going to likely be happening? I mean, they hold up, but they didn't suffer damage, did they?
There were some incursions.
Okay.
They were not producing while they were fighting.
Oh, that makes sense.
They were not buying and selling because the Inquisition had the gates patrolled.
Yeah.
So we've essentially lost 2 months of pay from the
Okay.
Inquisition's incursion into Phandalin.
Okay.
Got even more things to go after them against.
Precisely. But once you're in Waterdeep, some judicious checking and investigation checks will net you buyers for almost all, if not all, of your
Oh, yeah.
adamantine
Oh, God.
anti-magic
Oh,
shackles.
Excuse me. Oh, good. I'm sorry. I was thinking of two things at once. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
And that's a lot of gold.
That's a lot. Let me tell you how many we had. I think we had 11 at my last count. We had. Wait a minute.
You know, part of me is of the
We had
opinion.
12, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy crap.
That part of me is of the opinion that do I really want 12 of these anti-magic shackles waiting for somebody to use against me because I sold them back to them?
Well,
Unlikely.
they're going to be taking them apart and using them for the metal, was what we were assuming.
No, they'll probably sell them as Antimagic Manacles.
But they were out there in existence
But
anyway.
they were already out there by the Inquisition's hand, so at worst, you get some money, they get them back, maybe you get shackled with them, but
They have to
more
pay.
than likely somebody shanks them while you're wearing them, and then Finnan gets them off of you, and you sell them again.
Yes.
So,
It's not a bad
Okay.
with
stream of
Finnan's
income.
sleight of hand of
Yeah.
minimum 25,
Yeah.
so he literally has to roll an 11 or higher to get you out of these things. It's
Yeah, I can't.
It's a
I
good
can't
stream of
roll a
income.
high
Let's
enough
just
thing
put
to
it
get
that
out of them.
right. I'm saying
right.
with
Yeah.
Finnan's minimum of 11 he needs to roll, or like lowest he has to roll is 11 to get out of these things. He really doesn't have much of a problem with these things.
Yeah.
So by extension, you don't either.
Yeah, that is... Okay.
So with 12 of these things, I need my calculator. Divided by 2. Yeah, that tracks. Times 12. I did not think that through when I threw the Inquisition at you guys. Holy crap.
What? You've
I'm
got too much
liking the
money
sound
now?
of this.
Yikes. It's going to need some high investigation checks to find enough buyers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't have to sell all of them. We've got them in the bag of holding.
But you've got a cumulative resale value of 792,000 gold pieces, or 7,920 platinum pieces for context.
Okay.
We probably want it in platinum, even if we're putting it into the bag of holding.
Oh my god! Yeah, with 50
Yes.
Divided by 50, because that's in pounds. With 50 coins equaling a pound, that's 15,000 pound, 840 pounds worth of coinage.
Definitely it's got to be in the bag of holding.
Divide that by 10 to put it in platinum pieces. And you got 1,584 pounds of coinage that you can theoretically accrue from the sale of these items.
Now, can we spend platinum?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure whether people would take
People,
it.
they'll take it. In places like Phandalin or Leyland, they'll give you a funny look and they may not have change for it.
Right, that's what I'm wondering.
In Phandalin,
Right.
Leyland's a little better because it has a direct link to Neverwinter,
Yeah.
and Phandalin's getting a little more lucrative because of the Wayback Cave, the mine actually being a running thing now.
Okay, all right.
But
If I ever decided to, we could definitely retire for life now.
yeah, pretty much. You could.
That would really be a nasty. Oh, we make the decision to retire.
Well, the Inquisition wouldn't let you.
Right.
Because you'd be getting harried by them
They come
constantly.
find us.
And they probably wouldn't be throwing guys with Antimagic Manacles at you much longer. Because they
Right,
die.
right.
Well, the problem is they die quickly. They figured out that they tend to die fast with you guys. So they'd be sending things like Grimblades, Veladrin, Null Mages, and Mage Breakers after you.
Right.
Probably in kill teams of 5 or 6 cumulative
Yeah.
of the group.
Yeah.
So like 2 or 3 Mage Breakers, 2 or 3 Null Mages, 2 or 3
Right.
Grimblade, Veladrin, and a
Right.
kill team sent after you guys.
Right.
So yeah, that's your that's what you're carrying around in the bag of holding right now in potential profit.
Well, let's see what we can. If we can sell some of this, what do we?
Okay,
What do we
roll some
Probably should
investigation
sell them a few at a time or one at a
How
time.
many are you trying to sell?
Well, it's 65 apiece, right? Basically, or
66,000 apiece.
Okay. So, do we have any? I mean, we need some potions of superior healing. I'd love to have another emerald encrusted bowl for a hero's feast. I mean, there's some things that would be good for us to have in our.
Actually, a number of emeralds for the Heroes Feast, because that's something that really is a good strategy.
He wants a lot.
I have no problem with that. You know what I mean, I can't remember how much all that stuff costs.
Let me check here. So the shoot, why did those at the bottom of the stack? No.
They're always on the bottom of the stack.
Do that. Sorry about that, people. I'm scrabbling in my tomes over here. Here. Oh wow, that hurt. I stretched out my arm a little too far, and
Hyperextended it.
my shoulder hyperextended, and now my trap and lats are trying to tell me that they didn't like being stretched out that far.
Mine hurt too. Man, that hurts. Ow.
Tell me about it.
You heard it a lot more than I do, but
I tend to reach for things
yeah.
and just decide I'm going to get them, and then the muscles and ligaments around my shoulder joint tell me that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's the old don't write checks your body can't cash.
Right.
Heroes Feast. 6th level conjuration. Oh, wow. Wow.
What?
Oh dear.
A gem encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. Small potatoes.
1,000.
1,000.
Wow.
Back in the days when we would weep at the thought of that, and scrimp and save so hard to make one bowl.
Gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can the sale of one of these things will net you a potential of 66 of these bowls.
Don't need that many.
No,
Because we also
but-
need superior healing.
So sell another one.
Well,
But we've got to
no.
get someplace where we can buy stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you could theoretically sell 2, get 66 of these things, and a superior healing potion. You have the chart somewhere around you. There it is. Oh. Okay. No, you don't. Sorry.
I may still. I
No,
mean,
it has the healing values, not the prices.
no, I'm saying I may have. Oh, I don't have the prices. I don't think.
Give me 1 second here.
What I'm thinking is we sell one
Mhm.
and leave the and make it known that if anybody has a reason to want one of these, that they should, contact. I'm not sure that there's any place safe enough to leave this stuff.
Our bag of holding.
No, I meant that we didn't.
I don't want to make it known, because if they know that we've got them, and they know that we have the bag of healing, they're just going to stick their little hands in there and go, "Give me a manacle." So no, I'm not doing that
All right.
price.
Prices of a regular potion of healing is 50 gold.
Okay, just let me write this down.
Yeah.
Potion of healing,
That's just the regular one, like
regular,
something D4 or something or other.
right? Is 50, you said?
50.
That was also at one point in time a significant
Yes.
purchase, as I
Yes,
recall.
it was. That's why I would always be like, "Hey guys, spells recharge. Healing
Right,
potions
right,
don't."
right.
That's 50 gold pieces.
I remember. I remember.
I have just thrown an embarrassment of riches into your lap by accident.
Oh, thanks. We do appreciate it. That is a
I
good thing.
am I'm personally gobsmacked by how fast you guys just went.
Yeah, well,
It could be happening to
not
manacles on my
us
property.
guys.
Somebody
Our
pointed out
strategy
that-
was to keep getting manacled by those guys. That was the strategy we didn't tell
Well,
you.
even
And-
if you stripped to the dead, I threw
Right. We
those
did
guys
strip
at
them.
you, and all of a sudden it was hippity hoppity, your manacles on my property.
Yes, that's
Um,
right. It was a lot of fun.
So
After we were sure we were going to live.
Did you say superior healing was how much?
a potion of greater healing is 100 gold.
Okay.
A potion of superior healing is 500 gold.
Okay. I remember when that was a tough one.
And a potion of supreme healing.
Did we ever buy one?
No.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, no. It's just superior.
Yeah, we've never bought a supreme healing because it costs 5,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that's good to know.
What does it do?
BBC Stepa Chocolatka.
I started to try to answer what you just last said. My brain is not working right tonight.
Oh, here it is. You get 10d4 plus 20
Yeah.
for a supreme, and it's 1,350 gold.
What?
That's that. Up here is
That may not be supreme.
It's weird.
different number.
Yeah, I got different notes here. I got 500 for the superior. Got 100 for the greater. So it's 50 less than it calls for here. With your permission, I'm just going to cross out and rewrite in the
Sure.
prices. I don't like futzing people's...
Oh, that's
Stuff.
you gave me that.
I know,
What it
but-
says is up to you. Oh, this is the one that I need. I have a cheap expo that works, by the way, if you need it. It's in the middle.
That makes sense to you?
Oh, a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Okay.
what's a few thousand gold pieces among friends,
Well, at this point, that's why I'm inclined not to call the littler price versus the AI search,
Right.
AI overview search on Google,
Mm-hmm.
which it actually knocks 50 off of the price of a greater to go with the AI Google search, because it was 150 on your paper there,
Oh, interesting.
and it's 100 on my Google search here.
You can make
Are
whatever price you want.
are the effects the same?
Yes.
So this is a 10d4 plus 20 for supreme,
Mhm.
and you were going to say something else when you saw the price. What was the rest of it?
Well, there's 8d4 for plus 8 for superior.
We've got a page for that.
No, I know that. I was just wondering, was there more to the supreme healing? I
No.
thought you were going
No,
to say something
just
else. Okay.
heck ton of healing for a potion.
Yeah. How amazing.
I've got the prices of most everything, and they're probably all low or wrong.
No, I'm going to leave the rest of them alone. Those ones are probably out of the PHB. So
Can I buy a wand of magic missiles?
you can make an investigation check for just about anything in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Okay. Because I
Yeah,
only
the-
have 2.
Only, she says.
Yes.
That's not
what she said.
considered adventuring gear.
No.
I was just looking at the list.
Yeah.
Would you say investigation?
Yes.
18 plus. I think that's a 0. Investigation, I'm afraid. Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's 18.
18?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no one in the area has a wand of...
Okay.
Several of them offer to buy it from you for some very handsome prices.
I'm sure, but at the moment, I'm not.
Handsome in our way of thinking or theirs?
Yeah, really.
Well, I mean, there's one guy offers you 1,000 gold for it.
That's a pretty significant amount of money. I personally have, it has had far more than 1,000 gold pieces of value to me.
Oh, yes.
In fights at the moment. Not that your offer is sneezed at in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and he looks disappointed but goes, well, if you ever change your mind, you know where to find me.
That's perfectly good to know.
And then immediately packs up his cart and starts trundling off down the street.
Oh, there he goes. I guess I won't know where to
As
find
you
him.
walk the other way, you see him just like trundling off down the street in a cart. Like, no, you don't know where to find him.
That's right. No, I won't. Let's see.
Well, we probably could if we wanted to.
But honestly, if there's anything else you guys want to try
I'm
and
looking at all my
get
little
your hands
notes
on.
here.
So first, the investigation check to sell
Yes.
2 of those.
I want a spell that makes me immune to the manacles.
No, you don't.
No, they can put them on and it doesn't have any effect.
Oh, it makes you immune, but they are
Immune.
immune. Ah. Does that exist?
I'm thinking. Go ahead and roll.
18.
Yeah,
Let's wait.
without undue difficulty, you find it was the same
Oh, okay.
check as last time.
Okay.
So you, without undue difficulty, you find someone who's more than willing to take 2 of them off your hands.
Sweet butter crumpets. So let me write that down.
He works for. I mean, he's a vendor who peripherally works with/for the lawkeepers in the city. So having access to adamantine manacles that can stop a spellcaster from doing things have very useful connotations for someone who's trying to break up a bar fight or a wizard's duel.
So we could say we basically sold 2 of them to the Waterdeep law enforcement.
Essentially.
Essentially, okay.
And he makes it clear that he could probably take 2 or 3 more off your hands now, and that in a month or 2 he could probably take more off your hands
Well,
if
we
you're
will
interested.
keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah, he kind of looks him over and is like, interesting. I've never seen that symbol before, but good quality. Almost pure adamantine. Very nice antimagic field spell.
Well, glad to be of service to you in your pursuit of keeping law and order, and as I said, we will, if we encounter the source again, we may end up with another.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, so
We'll be back.
if you would like to give me a few more of those, I'd be happy to take them off your hands.
May I, pardon my, I can't remember, I apologize, your name, well, I missed it on the introductions.
Zathir.
Zafir.
T-H. Zathir. Z-A-T-H-I-R.
Zafir, it has been a pleasure
Pleasure to work with you as well.
working with you. And we will inquire again specifically for you and keep you in mind.
Yes.
I was just thinking while you were talking
Grateful
about
for
that,
that.
that you don't really want a mad drunk wizard in your bar.
No.
So now we have 132,000, if my math is correct, gold
Yes.
pieces?
Plus whatever else we had.
Oh yes, of course, but we're going shopping right now. And I've got to, keep our accounts.
Yes.
So, would it be possible to buy as many as 4 heroes' feasts?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 13?
Plus,
Well, I get a 0 in investigation.
If you want to help her, you can give her advantage.
Will you give me
Yeah.
advantage? Okay. 15.
You can find
are we?
Waterdeep.
How many did you want to buy?
I was hoping for 4.
You can find 3.
Okay.
You can find someone who has the materials on hand right now, who can craft and enchant 3 of them.
I didn't figure out how to make those.
No. No.
So that's 3.
Those things are well, not enchanting. Sorry, it wouldn't have an enchanting piece, but a jeweler who's able to craft
Yes.
3,000 gold pieces worth of gold and gems. You more or less cleaned him out of most of his stock at the moment. And,
There you go.
If we have gotten that many gold pieces from someone, are they enough to give him some of the materials he needs?
Currency doesn't work like that.
Okay.
You need to go and buy. It would be like you trying to wallpaper a room with dollar bills.
Could be an interesting effect.
Yes, but the social effect of wallpapering a room or stuffing a pillow with dollar bills is similar to what you would get if you tried to melt down gold pieces into raw gold.
Okay, and then, so we need, do we want, and we certainly could afford it, to have 5 potions of supreme healing in the bag, or in each one on their person?
Roll another investigation check with advantage if you're helping each other. Somebody in the terrible trio will help you.
All right.
Given that I've got a +10 on investigation.
Oh, I had a 16 and a 5.
So at 16,
16, yeah.
you're able to find
5?
5 of them. It's a bit of a stretch, and it costs you an extra 1,000 gold to get the last one. So it's
So 5, 5, 5, 5, and 6.
yes.
6,000. Well, that takes us down a bit. So we're at 103,000, folks. I know you're all feeling the pinch.
And here I was wealthy for a little bit.
Do we want to get greater healing just to have it? It's
Up to you. We can do
or
that if
excuse
you'd
me,
like
superior healing, the
to.
500
Again,
one.
up to you guys. Do you want to get some superior healings?
The gold is awesome, but it's not something we can eat, and it's not something we can use to heal us in these battles that we have. We typically need healing and hit points more than we need the gold pieces in the bag.
Yeah, 1 second.
You're on candid camera.
You can. Where is it? Oh, yes. Where is it? Yeah, at Myths and Magics, you'll be able to find more healing potions.
Okay.
So
So by 5. I mean, I'm running this shopping sprees. If anyone does not want this, please
no,
speak up. But
I
just
really am.
We could have used this stuff in the last
Yeah,
encounter.
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. And we're going into some more stuff. Should we have more than 5?
Be my guest.
How about 10 superior healings?
Okay.
I mean, the gold is very handy, but we need it to use. We need to use it for what we need, not just keep it in the bag. Is my
Yeah.
perspective here. So 10 superior healings will be
It's
5,000 gold
Yeah.
pieces.
So 10 superiors equals 1 supreme.
Cost wise,
Yeah.
yes, but isn't it? But
And I'm trying to see. So it's 16d4 plus 16. It's a fairly even trade.
okay, so then we have other potion. Where is this?
But the potential with
Having
2
had it.
superiors
It's
is
not up there.
yeah, its potential for 2 superiors is actually higher.
I saw them on
Then
the
one
counter when I was
supreme.
up there at lunch. So I don't know
What are you
if you
looking
didn't.
for?
The plastic rim glasses, right?
I had wires. No, I had the wires down here just like 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
They don't work too awfully well, but they were here.
Roll an investigation check.
That would be handy. At this point, that would be necessary. I can't. I don't know if you can see this, but I will just. These are the potions that we have, or have had in the past. Potions of growth. We're down to 2 of those.
Okay.
Potions of diminution. We only have 1. We have potions of water breathing. If we're going to be.
Could use those at.
We still have 5 of those.
Well, I'm saying we could use those at
When we were in the.
the Isles.
Yeah. Right.
Fortunately, the flooding did not get to the point that we would need them, but
Right.
there was a point at which I was like, you guys are going to need to crack those out. So I
And
remember you had them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's going to come a point in the combat if you guys futz
Right.
around
Right.
where you're going to need them.
Can we drink those underwater? So we'd have to break them up before we.
You'd probably want to break them out beforehand. Cause have you ever tried to drink something underwater?
I tried to eat something underwater, and it's very difficult because when you swallow,
Uh-huh.
you get water in your nose.
Yeah.
And so I think drinking would be the same thing, and you could end up choking on what you're trying. You could
You'd
physically
make a
do it.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, so
with
I think it'd be better to
disadvantage if
swallow it
drank
before you
it.
try to go under.
Yeah.
So I think we should buy. I think we should possibly buy 5 more potions of water breathing, and what about some potions of growth? I realize that they did not work exactly the way that we needed, but they did. It was very good to have very big Victor and Elizabeth for the period of time that they had it available to them.
There were 2 potions that they each took, right?
There was a potion of giant strength and a potion of growth.
Oh, yeah.
They both downed.
And the frost giant and stone
Frost
giant.
and fire.
Fire. So.
What's...
Oh, hey! Does anybody need any tattoos?
You've been talking about a tattoo. What do you want?
Well,
This is the time. You are loaded with coin.
Right.
Is poison one that I've been wanting?
Have you been wanting it?
Well,
You've been attacked with poison on a number of occasions, but do you have a list of what you do have?
I don't. That's the problem.
Then we need to, all of us need to write down what we do have in terms of tattoos.
Let's see.
Where's my card?
Empower the location, a toxin.
If you read what they are, Rob, I think we can reconstruct.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Hey, cat.
These are things I've
Here we
been
are.
looking for.
The magic tattoos are thus. We have the Illuminator's tattoo, the Masquerade tattoo, the Spellwrought tattoo, the Barrier tattoo, the Coiling Grasp tattoo, the Eldritch Claw tattoo, the Shadowfell Brand tattoo, the Absorbing tattoo, the Ghost Step tattoo, the Blood Fury tattoo.
None of those sound familiar.
Barrier is what you have right now. You have a
What is that?
barrier tattoo.
What does that do?
Your barrier tattoo is very rare tattoo, which gives your armor class of 18, with 19 with your Ring of Netheril, meaning very rare means you have 2 limbs or the chest or upper back are covered by this tattoo.
Yeah, I think that I had that one on my back.
Okay, so you have a back plate tattoo in the shape of shields and armor motif across your back.
Okay, so all I've got left is my front and 2 arms
And your legs.
and my legs. Okay.
And your hands and feet, depending on how small a tattoo you want. So, you've got the sizes of the tattoos are thus. Common is 1 hand or foot or a quarter of a limb. So a common tattoo. Like the Masquerade tattoo.
Which
Which is
somebody's-
what?
Victor and
somebody's-
Elizabeth both have it.
Yeah.
It now enables you to
Oh, yeah.
change its disguised self, I think.
Okay.
Check. you have Disguise Self. You can, as an action, cast it once per
Yeah,
dawn.
that's what I was going to say. I think I did that with.
The Absorbing Tattoo
Is what?
is you can choose. It's a very rare, so it's going to be either your chest or 2 limbs, which is going to be damage or resistance to either acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, or thunder. And then once per dawn, which I need to remember, when you take damage of the chosen type, you can use your reaction to gain immunity against that instance of the damage, and you regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken. Once this reaction is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. And I gotta remember that I got resistance to poison and fire.
You and Victor and Elizabeth?
Victor and Elizabeth and Finnan, all 3 have resistance to poison and fire, and thus if they get hit by one at once per dawn, they can do the absorption thing.
And that's a plate, back plate or front plate.
It's
basically.
either a chest, upper back, or 2 limbs. 2 legs, 2 arms.
And that's one or the other.
Yes, it's either 2 limbs or the chest. Or
No,
the
I
upper.
meant that's either poison or.
Well, Victor and Elizabeth and Finnan all have 2 tattoos. They have their chest and their upper back covered with a fire and a poison tattoo. So, Edra doesn't need a poison tattoo because she's a dwarf.
Well,
So
I
she
keep
took
getting
fire.
hit by
Yep.
poison more than I do anything else.
So if you want to take the poison,
poison,
for
and
your
I will do
chest,
it on. I
or
was going
2
to do it on
limbs.
2 legs.
2 legs, okay. So you
2 legs.
yep. So you have a magical needle pressed to your legs for an hour.
Oh, okay. I just heard the vibration.
And now a design in purple of your, a violet design of your choice
Mhm.
appears on your legs.
How much did that set him back, us back?
Well,
How much did they cost?
Right.
it's a very rare item, so double check.
And these are both very rare, right?
What?
Both the barrier I've already got.
You already got the barrier tattoo.
You-
Okay. Very rare is going to set you back. Call it 1,500.
Okay.
No, sorry. 5,000. My
That's
bad.
what I thought. I was going to say it's
No, no.
5,000.
Well, 1 second. Yeah, 5,000. That's 5K for the absorbing tattoo, and now you have resistance to poison damage. Meaning, any poison damage I specified being dealt to you, you only take half of that damage.
Once.
No.
Oh, I thought that
Like,
was once
the
per.
once per dawn thing is when you take that damage, you can take 0 damage once,
Oh, okay.
and you regain a number of hit points equal to half what you would have taken. So somewhere between about half the dealt damage, you regain hit points, and then you can't use that until the next dawn.
Okay.
I gotta remember the poison thing because I don't remember that ever.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think Victor and Elizabeth got hit with any poison damage last time, or fire damage. but most of it was slashing and piercing. But
Yeah.
I think they may have gotten hit by 1 or 2 of the infused daggers by the mage breakers that brought them pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then the other question is, when I asked earlier if there's something that could keep me, basically, is there a tattoo that would resist canceling a magic? In other words, protecting my ability to do magic. That would be an eyebrow riser on the part of the opponent. Wait a minute! I just took away your magic ability!
Don't know of one. I don't know of one.
Okay.
Um,
Well, if we ever do find something like that, then we'll... I mean, that one's probably like 10,000 or something. If it ever existed.
dang.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm just looking at the spell rot tattoo.
What is that?
You can put a single spell to 5th level wrought onto your skin by a magic needle. To use the tattoo, you must hold the needle against your skin and speak a command word. The needle turns into the ink. It becomes the tattoo. Once the tattoo is there, you can cast its spell requiring no material components. The tattoo glows faintly while you cast the spell and for the spell's duration. Once you cast the spell, and once the spell ends, the tattoo vanishes from your skin.
Oh, so it's a one-time thing.
It's like a spell scroll on your skin.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's something that I'm looking at with Victor over here, which is a sheath tattoo. Him and Finn are taking a look at that.
What's a sheath tattoo?
The sheath tattoo is a common tattoo, which means that it only requires a comparatively small amount of space. And you can use an action to store a weapon in a pocket dimension that is represented by the tattoo. When a weapon is stored in your body, the longsword sheath is replaced by an image of the stored weapon. Additionally, as a bonus action on your turn, you may pull the weapon from the pocket dimension, allowing you to wield this weapon.
Which is like poofs appears.
Pretty much, you just kind of reach towards whatever area of your body you've put the tattoo on, and tattoo appears.
A lot like the card sharks who had a derringer
Pretty much, yeah.
thing in their sleeve. That...
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that
See,
would be
I'm
worthwhile.
interested in anything that keeps this squishy wizard from being destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A common one would be a hand, foot, or a quarter of a limb, so you could theoretically put it on your arm and do the thing.
Oh wow. Just pull it right out of your sleeve. Oh my gosh. What you got up your sleeve? Nothing's up my sleeve until I put my sleeve back down again.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty much.
Wow, that's cool.
Finn's looking at that pretty.
That would be cool. How much was that one? That's worth it.
That is somewhere in the neighborhood of approximately double check and make sure. Common, yeah, okay, fine. About 150 gold.
I am shooked.
Yeah, tell me about
I am shooked.
it. Yeah.
Well, that could be soups handy.
Yeah.
Can you put anything in there, or is there
Just a
limit?
sword.
Only a sword. I don't use a sword. I don't think I have proficiency in sword.
I don't check and see if it's just a sword.
No, warhammer would be handy.
Oh no, sorry, it says a weapon.
Oh.
So you can put a tank in.
I could put my warhammer in there.
Or
a warhammer.
Hue. Meaning you could walk into a social function with no weapons and pull a hue out of your arm, or your leg, or your back,
Off my hip.
something like that.
Because I've got
It'd be
I've
a
got
little
fire.
more than just your hip.
True.
Just
Nice.
saying.
Um,
I didn't want to go there, but yes, it'd be your
but
butt.
my hand. If you talk about my hand, it's not just a hand size.
It's a hand or foot or quarter of limb.
So I'm not gonna pull it off my foot. I have to be able to see the tattoo to access it.
Ish. Kinda, sorta.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna put it on my left hand. Because that way I could draw it with my right hand and I use my right hand. And even if I'm holding something else in my left hand, I can still get it, right?
Theoretically, yes.
Okay. So is Victor and Finnan gonna get one?
And possibly Elizabeth.
Yeah.
They're all thinking about it.
That's-
Finnan's getting one on his off forearm. On his offhand forearm. So if you want to knock off 450 gold pieces from that, for the sheaths for us, I gotta write that in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be 600 because I'm gonna get one.
Okie dokie.
I don't have any weapons that.
Yeah.
And are you able to put them back into the tattoo, or is this a
Theoretically,
one-time
yes.
thing?
No, it's a thing. You can put it in. You take it out, you put it in. It's a bonus action to draw, and then I'm assuming sometime around a bonus action to sheath, maybe an action max.
Don't want to sound discouraging, but we only have 92,000 left.
And 14 shackles that we can sell.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm laughing. 92
saying.
is not an only. Absolutely.
I
not an
understand
only.
that, but I'm saying if it was an only, for whatever reason.
Zowie.
Yeah.
I'm liking this tattoo stuff.
Yeah, tattoos are fun.
Yeah. I should remember it. The card will help me remember that I've got it. I only got the fire on I only got the one tattoo the first time. Because that was like a pretty expensive one and I didn't want
Exactly.
I didn't have much to spend more.
Yeah.
So, and I figured of all of them that would probably be the most useful. But.
I thought I had gotten two initially, but I don't know what they were, and I haven't found where I wrote them down yet.
I gotta
Combat?
figure out where I want to put Victor's. I'm gonna put it in his lower back.
Oh, he only used the top half of his back?
Upper back was what he used for the absorbing tattoo. So, no, I'll leave it there for now. I may move it around later because you could unattune with the needle and then reattune again. So
For another 5,000?
no,
Oh, cool.
it's just an item that the $5 grand is for the needle containing the
Oh,
magic.
it's a needle.
It's a
Gotcha,
tattoo needle
Oh.
that contains magical inks that you have to press to your skin for an hour, which is the attunement period, which you can then unattune for the same period of time. So then, what he would do if I decide I don't like where it's sat
that's
because
good
I
to
want
know.
to move because I want to put something else there,
Right.
then I can just move the tattoo to his upper arm or his lower or his forearm or his lower leg. Maybe put the
Yeah, like a boot.
I may put I'll put that as hang on. Lower leg.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, that's illiterate. Lower left leg.
Lower left leg, I was going to ask.
No, it's gonna be right leg because he's gonna reach down and just grab it.
Is he left-handed?
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's
I think you're
left-handed?
right. He's left-handed. I'll double check everything. Oh, I made him left-handed. No, I made him right-handed.
It's on the lower left leg.
Lower right leg because he's gonna just reach straight down.
Oh, he's going to grab
his
it.
side like a gladius because he's pulling it out of nothing.
Oh, yeah.
But he can just pull it out of a pocket dimension and
Yeah.
he doesn't have to try and reach across
Across
his
to-
body because there isn't
right.
a sword at his hip.
Gotcha.
There's a sword in his lower leg. Well, technically it's in a pocket dimension attached to a tattoo in his lower leg.
Whew.
Lower right leg.
Can you, in your list, can you think of any others that would be useful for me? I mean,
So I'll run through some of the tattoos, and then we can run over some of the other magic items potentially.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're shopping, man.
Yeah, we are shopping, and we are shopping hard.
And this is kind of the equivalent of Black Friday because instead of making the prices cheaper, we made the money cheaper.
Yes.
Money more, yes. So
Imagine going out to Black Friday with this much gold.
I could do that.
I mean, there's the Illuminator's tattoo that you might enjoy. I don't know.
What is it?
It's You can write with your fingertip as if it were an ink pen that never runs out of ink. As an action, you can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length and speak a creature's name. The writing becomes invisible to everyone other than you and the named creature for the next 24 hours. Once used, this action can't be used again until the next dawn. It won't be magical inks, so you can't like write spells with it and get cheaper, but I don't know. That's just one that I saw. The Life Well tattoo.
What's that?
You have resistance to necrotic damage, and when you would be reduced to 0 hit points, you drop to 1 hit point instead once per dawn.
I could probably use that.
Okay.
How much is it? It's probably a major.
Well, give me a second. Very rare, so it's the same as the absorbing tattoo. So it's...
I've got to
5,000.
have.
It's 5,000 gold, and you need
A chest.
your chest or your 2 arms.
I'm gonna go with chest.
Okay. So, another hour at the tattoo artist, who's very happy to see you. And you get a Life Well tattoo.
It's called.
Life Well.
Let's see. There it is.
Gotta warn you, anything else is gonna require investigation checks.
Okay.
Why?
Because you gotta find the place where it's sold.
Gotcha.
Life Well, and it's on chest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Resistance to necrotic. And Life Ward. Once per dawn.
The resistance to necrotic is continuous.
Correct.
The other one is. And
Once
what
per
is it?
dawn.
Lifeguard?
Life Ward.
Oh, okay. It was my swimming that came into it. Okay.
Okay.
I think I've got enough of my skin covered.
I was gonna say you're running out of skin here.
Well, I've still got 2 arms
And hands.
and hands.
Yep. Yeah, and your feet.
True.
So
Don't want to have it put on my feet. I'm ticklish.
So,
So
did you guys have anything else specific in mind, or
as far as tattoos,
as far as items,
items?
writ
Because I don't.
large,
I'm.
or just something you wanted to try and find?
The thing is, I don't know what all is available.
What do you want?
Well, I wasn't able to get my wand of magic missiles.
Nope.
But
We're,
how about? Let's see. No.
this is a lot like you're have no idea what you want to go shopping for, and you walk into a thing and there's the Harley Davidson that you didn't know that you were in love with.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or Lamborghini.
Do we? I'm trying to think.
If you just want to go looking, you
Shopping.
can roll an investigation check, and I'll
See what? Okay.
see what you
Sounds like a
come up
plan.
with.
So the tattoos are, we've visited and we dropped some gold there, and he's very happy.
Yes.
Oh, that
nice.
group's some of my best customers.
I've got a 14. Am I finding anything?
Well, let's see. Hold on.
What is this investigation?
Just looking to see what there is available.
You rolled a what?
27.
Yeah.
Well, I got
unfortunately,
10
you don't-
on investigation.
You don't find anything, but you find in one of the shops that you're browsing through
strategy-wise, if we're going to go for an investigation, rather than me helping you by letting you have a advantage.
Right. Because I have a +0 on it.
Mhm.
You find a spell scroll of Summon Elemental.
Ooh.
Summon Elemental. And that's something where I have to read it, right?
Yes, you either use it once or you copy it.
And copying it means...
So, 1 second.
Yeah.
Summon Elemental, I said?
Yes.
Yeah, what is that?
I'm looking.
Excuse me.
Around 700 gold pieces.
Okay. Shall we
What
just
does it
make
do?
it 750 or
So-
725 or
Mm,
710, 713?
710.
Okay.
Summon Elemental. You will also need to buy a, if you choose to copy it into your book at later use, you'll need to buy a gold inlaid vial worth at least 400 gold pieces.
A vial.
Yes, and put air, a pebble, ash, and water inside of it.
And that's going to be used to...
It's going to be used as the summoning catalyst. You call forth an elemental spirit for up to an hour within 90 feet. It's a concentration spell, which is where Warcaster comes into help, because you have advantage on concentration checks. It manifests in an occupied space you can see within 90 feet. The corporeal form uses the elemental spirit stat block. Blah, blah, blah. When you cast a spell, choose an element, air, earth, fire, or water the creature resembles in bipedal form wreathed in the chosen element, which determines certain traits in its stat block. I'll help you with that later. The creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. It is an ally to you and your companions in combat. The creature shares your initiative count but takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required by you if you don't issue any. It takes the dodge action and uses its move to avoid danger.
So it's a lot like Catman's extra self.
What?
I can't remember the name of the character. T-Bolt.
Tybolt.
Tybolt.
Sorry. When you said Catman, I thought you were referring to a comic book character.
No.
Yes,
And I was trying to think. I only know Catwoman.
Yeah, that's where I was going. I've heard of Catwoman.
No, you're fine. It's not like the Shadow Knight, because the Shadow Knight is a negative image of himself, unlike what you would have as a... There was a misunderstanding with that spell thing. This summons an elemental. Like a bipedal form wreathed in either earth, fire, air, or water.
Mm-hmm.
Within 90 feet, it lasts for up to an hour. If you concentrate on it, it fights and obeys your commands.
Oh.
So that's an option that you can have as you're shuffling through the scrolls and books in this store.
Let's
It
do
costs 710 gold pieces, an additional 400 for the vial if you choose to copy it, along with the costs of transcription. Which cost of transcription is not as significant as we used to have it be. It would take you 8 hours and cost 200 gold pieces.
So
the total cost will be
1,310.
Yeah.
what is this called again? Oh,
Summon Elemental. I love how this episode has just devolved into a shopping episode.
I'm kind of enjoying this. I was going to also ask you a question, which
Yes.
may make it more shopping or not. I know I've got Warcaster feet,
Yep.
but did I use any of my Warcaster stuff in our fight against the? Because I don't even know what I'm supposed to use.
So with Warcaster, you don't have a lot of concentration spells that you use because Spiritual Weapon is not a concentration spell.
Okay.
But if you were concentrating on a spell and someone hit you, you would take a DC X concentration check, with X being the Constitution saving throw, with X being the value of half the damage dealt or 10, whichever is higher. So if someone hit you with 14 damage, you would take a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. If someone hits you with a 20 or higher, 22 or higher, you take a DC 11 or higher commensurate Constitution saving throw. If somebody hits you with 121 damage in one blow, we've got any problems, though.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so it's just that's
do that is thinning.
yeah.
so that was
And then the other thing that Warcaster does is, instead of using Hue or the Warhammer or the hand axe or your fists or a chair to hit someone if they move out of or through your combat radius, you can use a spell.
Oh, so when they were moving and we all took an attack of advantage on them, I was
Attack
fine.
opportunity.
That opportunity. That was fine that way, but I couldn't have done a spell on them because it would have bounced back on me, right? Or
Didn't
essentially.
do that. I think you're thinking of the Dragon Masters when we were fighting Venom Fang. Was when we used attacks of opportunity on them. They never really moved out of your range once they started fighting you.
Okay. Okay, but that would have been then.
Had one of them moved out of your range, or had one of them run within 5 feet of you and on, then you could have hit them with a spell.
Okay.
Conversely,
Yeah.
if you had an ally run past you, you could hit them with a beneficial spell as a reaction.
Ah. That you keep in
Just saying.
mind.
Yeah.
So,
Like if
okay,
Finn
what
had
is
showed
the
up.
thing that I've
Or
got? Oh, I'm sorry.
Victor and Lisbeth, you could have hit Bless, or you could have used your Warcaster feat to hit them with Haste.
I've got Warcaster too.
You
don't
do.
I?
Yeah.
So
I have not been using that, or
you haven't been concentrating on things. Or and you
what
haven't
is Fireball?
Fireball's an instant. Flaming Sphere is a concentration spell.
Yeah. Okay.
So you haven't been using Flaming Sphere in the more recent conflicts, and you haven't had characters running away from you very much. They tend to run at you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting back to the Summon Elemental. I've got this crystal vial,
Gold inlaid. Gold inlaid vial.
gold inlaid vial, and it's got stuff in it. And I'm
Ash, a pebble, water, and
Air.
air.
okay, so, but every time I use it, do I diminish that? Okay.
It's kind of like the phosphorus for Wall of Fire, or the bat guano and
Yes.
Okay.
things that you use for Fireball. They are not described as consumed. So by their definition, by the rules as written definition, anything that's not described explicitly as consumed, like the Hero's Feast chalice, or bowl, or the rubies used in a forbidden spell to make it permanent, or something like that, then, or like the Revivify diamonds, they stick around.
Okay, I was just curious because, and it's an action, but it's not a spell slot.
If you use the spell scroll as a spell scroll.
So what level spell is it?
It's a 4th level spell.
Okay,
So the two ways you can use it are either you read from the spell scroll without consuming a spell slot,
But then the spells
and the spell scroll will disapparate. It will be consumed in the summoning of in the casting of the spell, writ large for all spell scrolls. My mouth is not working today. Or if you transcribe it, the process of transcription will destroy the spell scroll, but you can then continue to cast it using spell
which
slots.
is the way I'm going to do it.
Correct. Most of the time when I give you spell scrolls, you tend to try to,
Yeah.
which, speaking of which, you have a spell scroll of Catapult,
I do.
a...
Yeah,
I
that
think
stuff all
Spirit-
got written down.
I got it here. I think
just
the
a second.
Spirit Shroud.
I've
I'm
got-
pretty sure Spirit Shroud is yours.
I've got the red liquid, empowered evocation, antitoxin draught.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that I had that.
That's the thing that makes you either immune to poison or cancels the effects of poison, I think.
A wand
I'll
of
check.
capital ram.
Wand of Rain. Yes.
And Wand of Old Person.
Yes. So an antitoxin grants advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour. So if we're ever jumped by the Veledrin again, drink the antitoxin for a bonus action.
Yeah.
And
A toxin is not the same as a poison. Is it?
antitoxin
Mm-hmm.
gives you advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour
Okay.
when drunk. So if we're jumped by the Veledrin, then you quaff the antitoxin, and for the hopefully duration of the fight, you have advantage on saving throws against the Veledrin's poison.
And I've just gotten a new tattoo.
You also have resistance to the damage of the Veledrin's poison.
Okay.
However, the Veledrin's true danger for you is not the damage. Yes, it's a problem, and it is
It's the
irritating
fact
to take
that it
damage,
messes
but
up my
if you
magic.
fail the Constitution saving throw, you can't cast spells for like 10 minutes or an hour or something like
Right.
that.
Too
So-
long.
The absorbing tattoo is for if you're facing a mage breaker who hits you with his infused dagger, because that deals you like crazy amounts of poison damage, which then gets halved. And once per dawn, you can
Zero
absorb.
it out.
You can zero out the damage against you, take the damage that you would have gotten dealt with the resistance, and regain hit points equal to that. So we'll just say, for example, the mage breaker deals you 32 points of poison damage. Which it can do theoretically. You would ordinarily take 16. So once per dawn, you can take that 32 points of damage, take the 16 you would normally take, tank that, zero it, flip the script, and get 16 hit points back. Can't
So
do that
it's-
again until the next dawn, though. Also,
But it would
don't
be.
forget.
It would have been really useful.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget, by the way, get yourself back. Let's just start with 1d6 plus 4 on charges on your staff and your wand, or 1d6 plus something on your wand. Give me a second, because we've had like 3 dawns, right? Two
Oh,
dawns
gosh, yes.
since your
Yes.
wands
Well, my
were
staff's
tanked out.
been
and your
recharged.
Why?
I thought it recharged at the dawn.
It recharges 1d6 plus 4 charges.
Oh, I haven't rolled any of those.
Right. You roll 1d6 plus 4 charges to get your charges back. And then for you, every your wand gets d6 plus 1 charges back every dawn.
Okay.
So I've got 8 back with 1 roll.
Okay. Just roll one more time unless you've already got all of your charges back.
I
I think you
actually
have
8
one.
would have done it.
Okay. So you're back up at your full charges.
Oh, I got 5 each time, which is plus 1, which is 6. So both times.
You're
I
back
got-
up to 7.
I fell, yep, got my.
So,
Yeah, because I never used number 7. So.
Right.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
you guys
that was
never
easy.
use the final staff charge.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was super.
So just remember, when you use it,
Yes.
wait until the next dawn, and then you get 1d6 plus 1 plus 4 charges back.
I've been operating wrong with that. I've just been wiping out all the usage
I'm aware.
at every dawn, and I did. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to double check something really fast to see where this one comes from, because you have something called Spirit Shroud. And I don't remember who it's for.
I need more hit points.
I think there may be things for that somewhere.
No, I'm just saying I've only got 114, and when we get into these, when people really go after me,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to be going down.
Yeah. Well, that's where
But
Life
that's
Ward
what a
comes in.
wizard is all about, right?
Well, that's where Life Ward comes in from the Life Ward.
But
So
that's
Life
only
Ward's
once,
too.
right?
Yeah, once per dawn. Spirit Shroud. Wow, wait.
Because this last time, I think I went down to 0 like 4 times.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for our healing potions,
Pretty sure this is a wizard spell. Double check here. Oh, no, excuse me. This was yours, Edra.
Oh.
But
Spirit
you
Shroud?
can use it too.
just a
So,
second. Yeah.
What's wrong?
No, the battery's going dead, and
Okay.
it makes noise. at me.
So it's a 3rd level spell, and it can be used by either clerics or wizards. So we can either let Edra hang on to it for a time when she's tapped on spell slots and wants to use it, or we can let you transcribe it. That'll be 6 hours and 150 gold. Woohoo.
What's the effect of that?
Spirit Shroud is 3rd level, concentration up to a minute. You call forth spirits of the dead, which flit around you for the spell's duration. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable.
Oh.
Until the spell ends, any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. The damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold, your choice when you cast the spell. Any creature that takes this damage cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn. In addition, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet when you start your next turn.
Wow.
I'll let you take that one if you'd like. Knock another 150 gold
I'll
pieces
write
off.
it down, and I've got to write it down over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then don't forget the Scroll of Catapult.
Yes.
Just a second. See, I've got on this thing Crown of Madness, Hypnotic Pattern, Phantasmal Force.
Yep. Yeah.
Audi-Lux.
Autolux Resilient Sphere.
Yeah, the spelling's rather interesting on that. Gaze.
Gas.
Otto's Irresistible Dance.
Yep.
Color Spray.
Yep.
Total Tongue Awareness.
Yep.
Yes.
I can't remember what that is. That's Wisdom Save.
Yep.
Manual Breathing.
Yep.
Itchy Bones.
Yep.
Instant Brazilian Wax.
Yep.
Nethers to Stone.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a separate spell book, so you can swap between your spell books on a long rest. You can you can choose which spell book you choose to transcribe into when you're doing your spells. You can either scribe into the one that you're already working on, or you can add to that one. And at the end of each long rest, you choose which spell book you're working in.
Was there a reason that I was working on a different one than that?
The original. Your original spellbook. This is a captured spellbook from a wizard.
Oh,
in the Dungeon of
okay.
Bazaar.
I see. What
Alternatively, you can track down the level of all of those spells and take all the time and money required to transfer them into your
so
current
that I've
spellbook,
got available
and then
to
learn the 19 or 20 or so spells
So
that you can
what
learn
was this one?
from those. What?
What was the one that we just did?
Spirit Shroud.
Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
There would be some wisdom.
You have a spell scroll of Shield of Faith, by the way.
Spirit.
It doesn't count as a thing you learn because you're a cleric, so you get to talk with God directly. But you can not expend a spell slot to take Shield of Faith.
Is that something that I bought?
No, the Belzarin's Grandmaster gave you a bunch of stuff before you went out to fight the Inquisition, and you used like none of it.
Right.
You used the potion of the elixir of hell, the elixir of something or other. You
Yeah, I
used
did.
the potion of fire giant strength.
Oh, we also.
That's where you got it from.
Okay.
You used oh. Okay. Yeah, you have a bunch of spell scrolls as well.
Okay.
You have catapult as an option,
Is that me?
I assume. I'm gonna double check.
What
here.
is catapult?
Catapult is I don't know if you-
Is that a scroll?
Yep, spell scroll of catapult. It's a first level spell.
What level is Spirit Shroud?
Third, second, somewhere in there.
I think
Third
you
level.
said third before.
Yeah.
Third level.
And we're going to have that explained to me again because it's fairly complex. But
It's like Spirit Guardians, but not.
I've got all that neat stuff I can do now.
Where are you?
I like the elemental has some interesting possibilities.
Yeah. Catapult is choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds. It's a first level, so it'll cost 2 hours and 50 gold. Oh, you stole my heart and my wallet.
And I already have that, but it's in a scroll.
It's in a spell scroll, so you can either transcribe it or use it. Choose an object between 1 to 5 pounds within 60 feet that is not being worn or carried. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in the direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object and what it strikes each take 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
And that's,
First.
how big can it be?
1 to 5 pounds.
So you can't throw something lighter than one. That's interesting.
I mean, I assume you can
Yeah.
pick up something that's less than a pound.
But it wouldn't give you 3d8s. But yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. And then, I'm assuming this is Edra. You have a spell scroll of Summon Celestial. Which means you
Yes, it's me.
can summon a Celestial. Yeah. And it doesn't require any material components because they've already been dealt with the spell scroll.
Okay.
If you want to continue to cast the spell Summon Celestial because you like it so much, you have to spend 500 gold pieces on a golden reliquary.
Okay.
Can you afford it?
I don't know.
So,
Scroll of...
Summon Celestial,
Yeah, I've got another one here.
Shield of Faith.
Immolation?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Yes, you have a scroll of Immolation, which I don't remember if that one's a you spell or a he spell.
I don't have it written down.
I'm checking that now.
I don't have anything written down if I remember correctly.
I wrote all these down because they were being given to us.
Yes. And I've got an Excel spreadsheet here with all of your stuff, so I'm
Cool.
crossing that out now.
Right.
Immolation. Fifth.
I've got the ability to go with Sunbeam now, don't I?
I believe you do.
That was like the one that was...
Ah, Wizard. You have the ability to cast Immolation.
Which is
Ooh.
engulfing somebody in fire?
Yeah, pretty much.
What level?
5th level. 90-foot range, concentration spell up to a minute.
Immolation.
Yep. Flames wreathe one creature you can see within range. The target must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. On a failed save, the target also burns for the spell's duration. The burning target sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. At the end of each of its turns, the target repeats the saving throw. It takes 4d6 fire damage on a failed save, and the spell ends on a successful one. If damage from this spell kills the target is turned to ash. Yeah.
So it's 8d6 to start with, and then every turn after that is 4d6 until they get a saving throw.
Correct.
And that's a 5th. Probably doesn't have anything to, like, go to a 6 and you get 9d6 or something like that.
Unfortunately not.
Well, 8d6 is not bad.
Yeah, plus it's up to a minute, so you can do this. If they have bad decks, find a target that has bad decks, and,
Which I don't know in advance most of the
no,
time.
but throw a fireball at them and see if they fail. I'm just saying, throw a third-level fireball at them. If they fail, then it's a good bet that they either rolled like crap the first time and have good decks, or they have bad decks. So
And dragons almost always have good decks, right?
and yeah, they have proficiency in the big three, as the book that I put somewhere tells you.
Right.
So they
I was just thinking anything that we could do that was repeatedly hurting a dragon would be
yeah.
advantageous, but that's not one, that wouldn't work because they would save it the first time, probably.
Well, it saves the first time. That takes 8d6 halved.
No,
But
I
then
meant
it's-
on the next time around.
But the next time it makes it save, it's got to make it save again. At least it's got to make it save twice to get rid of the spell.
Oh,
So it takes a minimum of 8d6 halved, and then it has to make another one at the end of its turn, or else it takes 4d6 damage and continues to burn. So there's that one.
I've always wanted to make to
I
have
have a
some
note that I
candles.
just have 2 first level spell scrolls. Is that Catapult and Shield of Faith?
Yes.
Okay. So Shield of Faith is
Oh, you
first
got
level.
catapult?
I don't have Catapult.
Oh.
I just wrote them down that we were given that.
You have. She holds
Wrote 'em
catapult. You transcribe catapult.
Mhm.
She cannot use catapult. You also have the bag of beans.
Yes.
Which is what?
That's that thing where you plant them and they create
Things.
things, yes, unknown things. We also have we have,
2 more potions of greater healing.
yep, I just added them into the whole group here.
A scroll of protection.
Which does
From
what?
undead. Mine, I wrote out Scroll of Protection from Undead, 5 minutes. Is that something different?
Probably that then. You also have 1,400 gold pieces worth of diamonds and other assorted gems. So it's
Where-
14 100 gold piece diamonds, etc. Mostly diamonds.
That's the group, hang on, 1,400 gold pieces worth of diamonds?
Yeah.
Worth of gems?
Call it diamonds. They probably gave you mostly diamonds. Because that's what you can use to revive people.
Right.
Unless there's like some other thing where you need a couple hundred gold pieces worth of some kind of gem, at which point they would have given you that one. So you can just call it gems for now, and then just know that you have 1,400 gold pieces, 100 gold pieces, somethings that you can MacGuffin into whatever you need until you run out. You have you have 8.
I'm going 1,400 times she can do a spell.
14 thing. 14 times. It's
Because
14
it's
100
100
gold piece
I need
gems.
Oh,
a gem this
So if you need, for example, I think you need like a 500 gold piece worth of diamonds for Revivify, or 100 gold pieces worth of
I think
diamonds.
it's 100.
So you can do Revivify, for
14
example,
times.
14 times, or if there's some other spell that requires a diamond, a gem of some other provenance, you can MacGuffin one of your diamonds into something that you need,
Okay.
knowing that you have that many gems worth 100 gold
Right,
pieces
right, right,
each, and whatever you need them to be, you have 14 of them.
Okay.
You have 8 more bag of beans.
Just,
and
You have. Ooh, this is fun.
who uses the beans?
well,
Anyone.
theoretically me.
You can plant them.
Okay.
You plant them, and then a minute later something happens.
We were almost to the point where we were contemplating planting like a row of them with all of those guys around us to see what would happen. But
It would have taken 10 rounds for anything to happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
we yeah.
We'd have either chopped them up or been chopped up before that would have happened. You also have a potion of fire breath,
Yes.
which I'm very interested to see how you guys use, and 10 50 gold piece diamonds.
Do we want to try and
Double
buy
check
more
something
fire
first.
breaths?
Make an investigation check
I feel like
with advantage, because someone's going to help you.
I'm just curious as to. Well, it's not that one. 20.
Oof. Revivify takes 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds. So you can do it 4 times then.
4 times.
2 gems left. What?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have 20.
20? Okay. You find. Come back here. 1 potion of fire breath.
And what is the effect of fire breath?
Let me check.
So now we have 2.
Yes.
Well,
we
if
have
I
two.
if I choose to buy it, I don't know what it is yet.
Potion. Is it really a question though?
No, it's not a question. I'm just marking it off. How much does it cost?
Potion of fire breath. Oh,
That's the kind of thing that would really catch somebody on the other side off guard when
A non-dragonborn.
a
Halfling marches up
a
to him.
rogue goes
Right.
up and flames them. I
I
mean,
love it.
I would assume that like even Finnan could use a potion of fire breath. This is not something that's restricted to the magic wielders.
500 gold pieces.
Okay, but you were going to tell me
There's
what.
one.
It
Yes. After drinking this potion, you can use a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you. The target must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The effect ends after you exhale the fire 3 times, or when 1 hour has passed.
So the potion gives you 3 fire breaths.
Yes.
And it's a bonus action. So once you've
Yes.
taken the potion, which is an action, you get to use it that time.
Yes.
And then you, if you're a wizard, you get to cast a spell and do the fire breath the next time.
Yes.
Sweet.
And if you're anyone else, you can attack and then breathe fire.
Just to let you know, we did buy it.
Yeah. I just, I want to know what the
That
neat
is-
things
that is
are that
fun.
I'm going to be able to use, or someone
Yeah.
else is.
So we also have.
That kind of turns one of our non-magic wielders into the equivalent of a magic wielder.
And if you want, I can I can use my Excel spreadsheet over here to categorize the bag and hold it if you'd like.
That would be great.
Alright.
But we also have 4 potions of heroism, 1 hour, 10 temporary hit points under effect of bliss spell.
Bless.
Bless spell. I need my glasses.
That's okay. Yeah.
So we have
you
4 of
gain
those.
10 temporary hit points and are under the effects of a blessed spell, meaning you get d4 to attacks and saving throws added.
Cool. So that's more potions.
You want to buy more of those?
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Do you want me to find out how many?
No, just wait. They're available.
Oh.
I mean, you can look for them.
Yeah.
No, I meant you said they were
I just want to
available.
see how
didn't
much
hear
they
that.
are.
I'm looking. I don't know where I put it. Did I put it over here? Oh, fiddle, I did. It was the same. I'll get it twisted around my dog, but sometimes he's a little weird.
I think he thought that was very fortuitous.
Yeah. Wax potions. 5,000 gold pieces for a potion of heroism.
Well, we have.
And what does that do?
4 of them.
You gain 10 temporary hit points for an hour, and you are under the effect of the Bless spell, meaning you get 1d4 added to your attacks and saving throws for an hour.
Well, it's not like we're hurting here.
No?
We have 83,000 still.
And if we ran out, there's a guy in town that
Who
says
would
he'll
take
take
another
more.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4. Do we want to buy, like,
You can buy up to 2 more.
I was going to say at least 1 more.
Get
Just
2
go
Two?
buy the 2. Go
Alright.
buy the 2 of them.
There are some very happy and very inventoryless shopkeepers running around here.
But we're very happy too.
They're
because
happy
the
to
gold
do business. It's like
Right.
they're not. It's not like they're keeping those things on there as decorative stuff.
Right,
They're
exactly.
very happy to sell to you, but you're cleaning out a lot of the important inventory out of their shops.
Well,
I'm going
It's
to guess
good.
that they have the capability to either make more.
They'll
Or-
be renewed probably by next month.
but the deal is, I still maintain that cleaning them out is better than leaving that stuff into the gold.
Oh yes, yes.
In our,
Oh,
in our
also
pocket.
then leaving it there so that if someone wants to come along and be an inquisitor again.
Okay, let me see.
We're doing them a favor by taking away the likelihood that they would be attacked.
Okay, we did use.
The Inquisition hasn't really hit Waterdeep yet.
Oh, okay.
It's a yet.
Well, there's a chance that they'll send a kill team after you guys specifically because you guys are what they're really not like. Probably not going to challenge the Lords of Waterdeep, who are pretty rooted in the arcane.
Mm-hmm.
Waterdeep is pretty darn rooted in the arcane. At the like worst case scenario for the Inquisition, they would find themselves challenging Xanathar, the beholder crime lord below Waterdeep that everyone knows about, nobody acknowledges openly.
Right.
And let me tell you, you don't want.
This
a
is the guy that
beholder crime lord.
we owe a favor to?
No, that's
okay.
Irion. He's a
Okay.
spy master.
Okay.
Xanathar runs the criminal underworld, like the literal undercity workings of Waterdeep.
Okay. I didn't know he existed.
That's the point.
So, we do have
How much have we got left?
73,000 now.
Yeah.
Oh man,
But-
we're broke.
Can we buy? Did we buy Fire Giant and?
No.
Can we buy
Roll an investigation check.
Fire Giant and what's the other one? Frost Giant.
Well, it really depends on which one you want, because if you can find it, you can get a potion up to Storm Giant Strength, which would the relative prices would be somewhere in the neighborhood of ranging from Hill Giant Strength, which would be about 150 gold pieces, to all the way up to Storm Giant Strength, which would run you more than 10k.
Wow.
And Fire Giant.
Probably.
Same
Approximately.
thing. 10K.
No, Fire Giant would probably run you about 1 to 2.
And Frost Giant was our other one.
Frost Giant would run you about the same.
Okay.
I don't actually have a price range on legendary items.
That's okay.
That's the Storm Giant Strength.
Oh, I see. So you just.
That's the high. It's
And what does it
the one
do?
you thought was 10,000.
Storm Giant Strength grants you 29 strength for the duration.
Victor, are you interested in something like that? I mean, I know Lander would be, okay? But Victor, I said something.
I mean, Victor and Elizabeth are always down for
something
something
adventurous.
fun when you got gold to spend.
Well, if we bought one of each.
We have 3 more that we can. 3 more manacles we can sell today. If we want to, because
Man, what if all 5 of us got to be Storm
what's his
Giant?
face? Zareth.
Zareth. Yeah. He was
If
like
Zareth said that he could take 3 more off your hands. Zathir, excuse me. Zathir said that he could take 3 more off your hands today. And in a month or 2, he could probably take another 3 or 4 off your hands.
Look, you know my position here. Do we want 5 Storm Giant strength?
Here's the question.
Right, I've got
Do the 2 of you think that you will benefit from 29 strength? Is there a situation you guys can see where anyone but the fighters are going to benefit from 29 strength?
strength is not something that I use all
Right.
that much. That's a good point.
You and he don't typically, and even with 29 strength,
What would I do?
break out of manacles with a natural 20.
Oh, dang it, yeah. With
Only.
the natural 20.
Well,
would take
it would take well, hang on. 29 is one look.
Does it negate?
Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Stop that. Alright, score 229. Yeah, you still couldn't get it.
Wow.
I don't think so, because it only brings your strength modifier to 9. To +9.
And that wouldn't do me any
Which
good
it
at
takes
all.
a strength. It takes an athletics check of 40, I think.
It was super high.
It's higher than.
Let me check. It's
What was
40
it?
DC 40 strength check. So it's not even an athletics check. It's a DC 40 strength
There's
check
no way.
to get out.
Yeah, there's no way.
Without being something a lot bigger than a storm giant, you can't get out of this thing.
Yep.
So that wouldn't do us any good, but if we got... Does Finnan want one?
Finnan doesn't use strength.
Yeah, he uses
Dex.
everything else. So if we just got 2 of them...
1 second. Yeah. Well, again, you gotta see
we
if
can
they
find
have.
them. But I'm just saying,
storm giant.
if we're going shopping, we have to know what we want, how much we
Yeah.
need. So we're not looking for 5, we're looking for 2. That's a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I
Sorry.
want to look and see if you got them?
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Not that one. We didn't find any.
What'd you get?
Well, I've got 13 as the high.
Unfortunately, no.
Nope.
There's no
Sorry.
way. There's a lot of people who.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
There's one guy who says he has it, but he does not have it.
Well, sometime in the future.
Yes. So, any other potions or items or weapons or armor or spell scrolls or stuff you want to try and get your hands on?
I would just... did we want to buy see if we can find a frost or a fire giant to repeat for...
Roll investigation check
Okay.
with advantage.
That would be you.
Both of you can roll with advantage. There's somebody else in the party who will help you. You have 3 other players in the party who will help you.
20.
Okay. You do find some fire giant strength
Okay.
potions. You
Wait.
find 1 potion of fire giant strength.
Okay.
And did you roll?
I did, but I got a 3 was my best roll.
Wait, what?
3 was my best roll. That was
Well, that's
my
what it was
advantage.
for me the last time.
Yeah, I don't usually have that great luck, but... So...
I've got a minimum of 18 for the frost. 20 again for the frost.
Yeah, you find one frost, 1 fire.
Okay. Okay, and that would be Victor and Elizabeth's toys.
Victor Fire, Elizabeth Frost.
Yeah. That's a buy.
And
A
that's
lot of steam when those two get together.
There is anyway.
You had me. I was not going to go there, but yes, since you said it, yes, there is quite.
I won't.
There's a reason why this show has a not
do-
made for kids morning hours show. Yes, there is quite a bit of steam-iness when they. I'm gonna shut up now. Do you want me to log that in their stuff or?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
writing down that we bought it, so, and
I'm
keeping
gonna
track of it in the
add-
morning.
Giant strength. Added to the equipment because he really isn't bothered by that yet. And Elizabeth has a frost giant strength.
We bought 1 fire breath. Who wants that one?
Cats are not happy with each other.
Was that for that was Rangi, right?
Somebody wanted the fire breath. I don't know who. Did you want fire breath?
We talked about the fact that it would be a shock.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Okay. I'll give the other one to Finnan then because you were talking about that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't give it to me, Finnan would just take it.
Do I have 8 level spells? I've got 1, don't I?
Check your sheet.
I do, so I think you probably do.
If you do, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can now use Sunburst.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Well, what kind of weapons would we be, I mean, are we
What do you want?
feeling deficient in any particular area? Does Finnan need some pokey?
He has a +1 Pokey already.
Does he need any,
And
like,
he has the scimitar.
luck?
No, technically he has the scimitar speed, so he has pretty darn good.
Yeah. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable with my weapons. I've got my quiet armor. I've got my shield. I've got Hue. I only have one magic weapon, but I don't, with the other stuff that I have, I don't think I need to carry two of them. I do have a plain battle axe. I have plain warhammer. And
I'm gonna double check something really fast.
Do you realize that the Sunburst is a 60-foot radius? So that's 120 feet across.
yeah, right.
And
You can
it's,
sculpt us around
it's
us, right?
12 D8s.
That's gonna sound like
Let me
rain.
reread that again. I'm sorry, 12 D6s. So 12 D6 radius damage of an entire group.
Can you sculpt around us?
8. Oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure. Normally I can. Oh, wait a minute. This has a duration. Oh, instantaneous. Okay. And it blinds people.
For one turn or for?
Until then, the end of every one of their turns, they get to do a saving throw.
That's significant.
Constitution saving throw. Spell ends, and darkness. This area that was covered by. I think there's another page, but I couldn't find it. It's VS and M,
Verbal
Somatic
somatic material.
and it can be cast up to 150 feet away. Which means that you're within 20 feet of it if you cast it that far away. And it goes. It doesn't talk about sculpting here.
You're within.
Is it an
90 feet of
evocation
it,
spell?
Because you're not going to be on the.
It is evocation,
Then yes, you can sculpt up to spell level.
which is 8.
Okay.
We're almost to the point where I can do, if our horses aren't there, I can do our entire party.
Yep.
That's good.
That much of a radius. I know we're going to have some of us in that. But, that's a one-time thing, but it strikes me that it'd be fun to use sometime.
Can you knock 200 gold pieces, call it 300, off of the party, please?
Off of what?
The party funds, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Elizabeth wants some mithril armor on a rush order,
Oh yeah, there you go.
so she's offering 4 times. I mean, she's offering double the normal price of a mithril's chain shirt or chainmail to get it.
Cool.
Yeah.
There we go. I just can't. I mean, I don't know whether I just don't know about any of their weapons. I'm just not a. It's not my main thing to fight with. I've
I
got
can't-
armor. I've got my shield. I can't think of items.
Which is fine.
Okay. I mean, I can't.
Yeah. At this point, if there's nothing else you guys want,
I don't think so.
we'll hold on to the thought of those 3 manacles. And
Right.
I'm going to say that Victor puts out there that with the money we have, we can afford to stay in an aristocratic inn.
Oh, that might be nice once in a while.
Yeah.
I think I could do that.
Once in a while, Edra,
Well, I mean,
we have.
I usually stay in the El Cheapo side, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't need to anymore.
Oh, anymore.
We have 10 more. Antimagic Manacles.
We could almost buy the city at this point.
We could probably buy a modest. We could probably buy a modest inn, or up to a higher class inn, with the amount of money that we've got right now.
And so we'd be like, they'd save the presidential suite for us every time we're in town, right?
Well,
more than
what I'm saying is we have the money to stay at the inn.
Yeah.
Sounds
We
good.
could almost buy the inn, or we could just stay there.
I'm thinking in terms of the.
I'm running out of room.
We want to, if we were smokers, we could buy the inn and.
Pretty much. 1 second here while I find the inn.
My 3x5 cards are no longer sufficient to keep track of all of our stuff. I need something bigger.
I've been using the backs of all the things he's been giving us. I've got this one. You could use the back.
No, I don't want to use the back of anything. I want it to be very specific cards, so like I know what I'm looking for. But gotta write down all these diamonds.
That's what I need to do. I couldn't get the. When I got that app, just couldn't get it to work. So
Yeah, I'll help you figure that out.
I was thinking that I may want to do a spreadsheet with all of the stuff I've got.
Yeah. So you travel into Waterdeep and find yourselves at the Opal Lotus, a high-class, lavish inn, which will cost you... What? An aristocratic inn will cost you 4 gold pieces per party member per day.
We're gonna be broke, you guys.
I know. That's why Victor was saying with like over 50,000 gold pieces left from the sale of 2 of these things, with us rending the inventory price lists apart,
Yes.
we have quite a bit of room to have some very high-end ales and some very high-end meals as well.
Oh,
As you sit down to
Keep it
dinner,
kosher.
drinks of your choice from the higher-end class of intoxicants, you enjoy a meal of pear pastry, spice cheese, pomegranate,
Oh, very nice compliment to the hair pastry.
pear pastry.
Oh, there's a hair
Pear pastry.
I thought we were talking about a wild rabbit.
No, pear pastry.
Hair, even better accompaniment to the pear pastry.
Orange wine beef,
Ooh.
cream soup,
Warm.
and bitter chocolate,
Oh, perfect ending for that meal.
with whatever intoxicants you choose from the lists. Draconic ale is on tap here, just
Oh.
to give you an idea of the...
Well,
How drunk do we want to get?
no. But I do
Well, I'm
want
just
to enjoy
saying,
the best
instead
ale.
of while Underdark ale is available,
Yes,
uh,
no.
Draconic ale is on tap.
Yes, that's
What
not
is
something you get
Draconic?
every day.
Draconic ale is...
That's where you breathe the smoke or something, right?
red Draconic ale is infused with cinnamon.
Oh.
Feel the burn. Blue Draconic ale is infused with prickly pear cactus and causes slight static charge when drunk. Green Draconic ale feels like you're drinking straight poison, the ale is so strong. Black Draconic ale is infused with various citrus to give it slight acidity. White Draconic ale is magically enchanted to stay close to the freezing temperature of water. You can feel it go all the way down. Copper Draconic ale is infused with ginger, causing you to hiccup a few times. Bronze Draconic ale is infused with coconut and pineapple, smelling like the sea. Brass Draconic ale is infused with agave, making you slightly sleepy. Silver Draconic ale is more of a cider than an ale, magically enchanted to be the perfect temperature for the drinker. Gold draconic ale is infused with cinnamon. Little gold flakes can be seen floating within. Causes the drinker to belch small harmless flames for the next 5 minutes. Victor drank both a white and a gold at
Yes.
Craftsman's Rest.
Yes.
And you can feel it.
I'm having silver.
Silver?
That's
All right.
the cider
What about-
perfect temperature, right?
Yes.
My fave.
What about brandies?
Yes, there is one. And I will try to find it. Well, there's Jotunheim's Ringelfitch brandy.
Which is what?
Some of the best brandy in the region.
Okay.
Then there's dark smoke bourbon. Best bourbon only be appreciated with a fine cigar included with every bottle has a box of cigars included.
I guess
You
so.
drank that at Craftsman's Rest. Got pretty effed up and stuck a cigar in your ear. And then wondered why your hair was on fire.
Let's not repeat that. Save
Well-
the cigars for a different opportunity.
Well, he didn't light up until after he was
Let's
2 or
do
3
this.
glasses in.
You enjoy the beverage, and I'll pocket the cigars for the moment and return them to you when you are not so.
Well, he
Tippled.
rolled pretty bad on his con save, that's all.
I do remember that.
I always fail.
He rolled like a natural 1 or something on his con save.
Yes, and his hair drips.
And,
Yes.
and so he stuck a cigar in his ear and
Yes.
then wondered why his hair was on fire.
Yes. Well, I'll hold the cigars for you for.
Maybe you can just roll the con saves for me.
So,
I fail at those all the time.
yeah, there's quite a few options here. Pretty much, if you want it, it can, and it's like not an absolute piss bucket of a drink. You can probably find it.
What I would
I
like
want
is
the brandy.
the silver draconic ale with the meal.
Okay.
And then I would like to finish up with some sort of a White Russian-esque. So what would that's vodka and cream and
Okay.
and
So
I'd like
it's
to
5 silver for the silver dragon.
can do.
You just knock off gold and have 2 of them.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Knock off 2 gold, have 4.
Two. Just two.
If you enjoy
Hang on.
instrumental music, listen to the
Something like that. Finn's drinking Bellbuck, but
What's that?
Oh yeah.
that's a translucent green spearmint beer flavored by halflings.
Any of the descriptions say favored by elves?
I'm looking. Elven Mead, I guess.
Oh, I just I'll have that with dinner.
Yeah.
And then the brandy is
For after.
For after. I need.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time finding anything vodka-y.
Okay, coffee, like a coffee liqueur,
really
chocolate
coffee.
liqueur,
Schnapps.
anything like
Nothing really, no.
that. Okay, well,
I'm trying-
anything kind of, I won't say flavorless, but chameleon-y flavored, or
Take on
takes
the,
on the flavor of the liquid you put it in.
I don't know what Merlot does, but
Merlot is a nice wine.
yeah, it's there's Gentleman Gins, it's a mass-produced whiskey.
Probably would enjoy it. That and a nice cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Is Gentleman Jim a really smooth whiskey?
It's described as a. Go.
I don't care if it has a kick. I like it to be smooth going
Yeah.
down.
Where'd you go?
could make the equivalent of Irish coffee with it.
Yeah. Mass-produced whiskey, straightforward and simple, cheap but effective.
No other kind of whiskey?
I'm looking.
Okay.
A bourbon is the kind of whiskey. Excuse me if anybody wants to take umbrage with that. It's,
Let us know in the comments.
yeah.
There's Beholder's Tears. It's a clear spirit that causes very vivid dreams the next time the drinker sleeps. Fruity taste probably wouldn't be what you're looking for. Very sweet stout. Don't know if that's what you're looking for.
Not
I'm going with
sweet.
stout.
Pulse Brown Ale has a nutty flavor.
Ooh, that
Have I
sounds
had that
interesting.
before?
No?
Switch it out for
Alright.
the.
Yeah, that sounds quite nice.
Halfling can make it. So,
Oh, well, wonderful.
yeah. So that'll put you back probably 5 copper pieces per glass.
I just knocked off 20 more gold for the beverages and after dinner treats because we'll probably leave a tip
Yeah.
and all that
So
jazz.
as you
Good heavens,
settle
we just
in with
spent
a
40
very-
gold on a meal.
nice,
Good heavens.
as you settle in with a very nice
Yes.
after dinner set of drinks and prepare to head for bed, we're going to end tonight's session because that was my timer, like back when I was trying to figure out the drinks.
Yes, yes.
Everyone, I appreciate you coming along on this shopping spree. If you liked what you saw, best way to help the channel grow is to help support the channel is to go over to Nightwalker's Bazaar. Link will be included in the description. Best way to help the channel grow is to leave a like or a dislike if you disagree with the bourbon and whiskey comment. Drop a comment, maybe about the bourbon whiskey debate. Share it on social media so you can help draw other people into the debate. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can see us do this again. Turn on post notifications if you haven't done that. And as always, tell your friends, stay hydrated, stay adventurous, and we'll catch you on the flip side.